Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on SmackDown and what was little of superstars. I only got 2 matches, and that was the matches that I already told you all about on Mondays from Monday Night Raw's tapings. And here we go. As usual, some wrestling news first from WWE's website. It has a list of former superstars that Heath Slater would be able to defeat. And the list starts off with Paul Roma, Jim Powers, Max Moon, Aldo Montoya, Brooklyn Brawler, Damien Demento. Brooklyn Brawler, Heath already faced Brooklyn Brawler, other known as Doink the Clown. Iron Mike Sharp, Blue Meanie, Gilbert, and the winner, Barry Horowitz. And that ends the list. Former WWE superstar Bobby Lashley indicated on his Twitter account that he attended Monday's dual Raw Super Show and SmackDown event in Denver, Colorado. He tweeted 2 hours before the show, heading to the shows in Denver tonight. Lashley, who parted ways with WWE in 2008 and moved to the world of mixed martial arts, announced last week that he is hitting the wrestling circuit again and accepting offers for upcoming events, autograph signings, and other appearances via Lashley Bookings at yahoo.com. Well, for those that don't know, Kane bled under his mask on Monday's Raw Super Show after receiving an errant strike during the tag match against Big Show and Chris Jericho. The mishap was not serious, and he was able to finish the bout. NWITimes.com has an article up on 22-year-old wrestler Barry Piotrowski, who performed as Dan Barone on the June 29th episode of SmackDown. Barone and partner Brendan Burke were squashed by Ryback. Piotrowski usually competes as Barry Wright and was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma back a few years ago. He made a full recovery and returned to the ring in the spring of 2011, and he had the following to say about his WWE experience. Yeah, I got my butt whipped, but I got my foot in the door, and I got some good pointers and some good compliments. It was basically a tryout for one of 2 spots. And I got picked. William Regal helped work with me to get me ready. And they told me they liked what they saw, and they said to keep checking their website for further shows and where I could be available. One thing they did mention is that I need to be more confident out there. They said that the crowd won't be taken by you if they sense you don't have confidence. End of that, his interview there. Matt Morgan, again, was asked on Twitter if he had signed with WWE, and replies with another cryptic tweet. Well, I know the answer to that one, and very soon everyone will know the answer. And then he does a hashtag, change is good. Ring of Honor wrestler, former WWE, WWF wrestler, turned 37 years old, none other than Shelton Benjamin. He was born July 9th in 1975. The former University of Minnesota Golden Gopher, cheap plug for the home state school, continues to team with Charlie Haas in the Ring of Honor with the world's greatest tag team gimmick. The duo recently dropped the tag titles to Rhett Titus and Kenny King, who also just recently got stripped of the Ring of Honor tag titles because Kenny King is now in TNA. It's a rare quiet Tuesday night as far as WWE is concerned. The WWE SmackDown tapings took place on Monday night, which was last night in Denver, Colorado, after Raw went off the air. WWE was originally scheduled to tape SmackDown in Colorado Springs, Colorado, but the event was canceled due to wildfires in the area. Check the main page for a full rundown of the tapings for Friday's show. Retired wrestler Billy Jack Haynes has turned 59. And that's today. From 1953, he was born. The late Bobo Brazil, a.k.a. Houston Harris, was born on this date in 1924. He died January 20th, 1998. He is regarded as one of the first successful African-American wrestlers. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 1994 by Ernie Big Cat Ladd. The late Johnny Grunge, a.k.a. Mike Durham, was born on this date, 1966. He died February 16, 2006, at the age of 39. He and the late Ted Petty were best known as Public Enemy of ECW fame. I didn't know that Ted Petty had passed away. I guess that's Rocco Rock. Former pro boxer Bobby Crabtree will make his pro wrestling debut on July 14th at the TCW event in Fort Smith, Arkansas. At the Fort Smith Convention Center, the show will also feature former wrestler Carlito, Big Daddy V, Bushwhacker Luke, and longtime WWE star Bobby Eaton. Actually, longtime WCW star Bobby Eaton. For more info on that event, visit tcwwrestling.com. And that's thanks to Shannon Moore. That's not well, it could possibly be the one and only Prince of Punk, Shannon Moore. WWE is now advertising Brock Lesnar for the August 6th edition of Raw that takes place in San Antonio, Texas. Thanks to .net reader Louis Pizarro. The Lesnar will appear on the Raw 1000 on July 23rd, the August 6th show, and August 13th show leading into SummerSlam. Former WWE Champion Mick Foley announced that he will be at the 1000th edition of Raw as well in St. Louis. He comments and says, "See you all in 2 weeks on Raw." Foley tweeted on Monday, follow him online at twitter.com, Real Mick Foley. I don't think anyone should be surprised that Foley will appear on the 1000th episode, given that WWE is bringing in a number of names from the past. Plus, Foley obviously was a big part of Raw's success during the Attitude Era. DGUSA issued a press release to announce the formation of a show, a Shine female wrestling promotion. The first show will take place on July 20th. In Ybor City, Florida, at the Orpheum. The group is billed as a sister promotion to the prestigious Shimmer women's promotion. To read more on the story, visit the new ShineWrestling.com. The lineup for the first show for that is Sarah Del Rey, who just signed a WWE deal for, I believe it was for training new female wrestlers. Well, she faces off Jazz, formerly of WWE and WWF. Nikki Rocks, formerly with TNA, goes against Rain. Veda Scott versus Kimberly. Santana Garrett versus Tina San Antonio. Tracy Taylor and Sue Young versus Allison Kay and Taylor Made. Reby Sky versus Jamie Jameson. And Mercedes Martinez versus Leva Bates. Christina Von Airy, formerly of 2 week or 1 month. Christy Von Airy, who was none other than Jesse Neal's girlfriend, fiance, versus Cherry Bomb. Daphne, formerly of WCW, is listed as a live event host. And for those that don't know, this is one of my dogs, my wife's dogs, with Nixie getting involved in the show. Okay, she wanted to put her 2 cents in. You heard her barking in the background. Okay, well, Daphne is listed on the show as a hostess. July 20th will be the broadcast as an pay-per-view via wwwnlive.com. The live show costs only $9.99. Well, it's $14.99 for the live show and unlimited on-demand access. and $24.99 for the live showing. Unlimited on-demand access and a DVD copy of the show. WWE is advertising Rey Mysterio for Tuesday's SmackDown taping in San Diego for next week, as that's his hometown. As Nixie is wanting to wrestle herself. WWE is... Okay, I already said that. Mysterio is not advertised for Saturday's Super Show, Sunday's Money in the Bank pay-per-view, or Monday's Raw show. He could make a surprise appearance, but at this point he is advertised as returning in his hometown only on Tuesday. And, let's see, Superstars. Only 2 matches that I have seen reported. Thanks to Nick Trombetta and Scott Stevens. They were at the Raw show in Denver, Colorado. They were sending spoilers for Superstars. Match number 1, Hunico defeated Justin Gabriel. Hunico definitely got more heat than Gabriel. Got cheers. Decent back and forth action. Several near falls for Hunico. Hunico wins with a nice roll over pin off the top rope after Gabriel reverses a superplex. Match number 2, Alicia Fox and Caitlyn defeated Beth Phoenix and Natalya. Not much crowd reaction into the entrances, but pretty decent reaction to their ring action. Fox and Caitlyn won by a nice classic small package by Caitlyn on Beth Phoenix. Pretty decent Divas match. Scott had noted that it was a very sloppy match. And also Scott was at the same event when he delivers the SmackDown results from Denver, Colorado, and passing along the updates from the building. And there was a quick apron change after Raw went off the air, and they went right into the tapings. For Friday's edition of SmackDown, Zack Ryder opened the show for his only segment in the whole entire show by one report. And the show trying to get the largest fist pump record. He hyped Zack down, and he was interrupted by Alberto Del Rio through a few weak insults at Zack, who then announced the first match would be Del Rio versus Sin Cara. And that match was Alberto defeating Sin Cara. Match number 2, Primo and Epico with Rosa defeated the Primetime Players with AEW, with Abraham Washington. Match number 3, Cody Rhodes and Dolph Ziggler defeated Christian and Santino Marella. Match number 4, Big Show defeated Great Khali with a quick squash match. Match number 5, as I predicted last week, Ryback defeated Tyler Rex for this week. Since last week, he defeated his tag team partner, Kurt Hawkins. And match number 6, Damian Sandow defeated Justin Gabriel. And your main event was World Heavyweight Champion Sheamus defeating Chris Jericho. And the report says it was a hell of a match with a lot of near falls and finishers used before Sheamus went over for the win. After the match, Del Rio blindsided Sheamus on the ramp with a vicious kick. Del Rio headed to the ring and hiked Money in the Bank. Sheamus recovered and headed back to the ring to confront Del Rio. Alberto got the better of it, but he missed a scissor kick, and then Sheamus rebounded off and delivered the bro kick. Announcers left the table, so it appears that the SmackDown concluded at that point. And during the Del Rio and Sheamus brawl. And a second report sent in by Ricky V from following the SmackDown spoilers for Denver, Colorado. SmackDown opened up with Zack Ryder coming out as general manager. He tried to get the world's biggest fist pump going with the whole crowd doing it. Alberto Del Rio comes out and ran him down. Ryder made Sin Cara versus Del Rio, and the match was up first. Alberto Del Rio beat Sin Cara with an armbar. Well, they shoot backstage to Big Show insulting Zack Ryder and Great Khali. Show versus Great Khali was announced. Okay, so that's a little bit different from the other report. Primo and Epico defeated Darren Young and Titus O'Neil That's the primetime players backstage with Ryder and Sheamus. Chris Jericho comes in, and Jericho versus Sheamus is announced for your main event. Cody Rhodes and Dolph Ziggler defeated Christian and Santino Marella. Big Show quickly knocked out Great Khali to win that match. Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Rex came out, as does Ryback. They talk strategy, but Ryback gets the win over Rex in a competitive match. Damon Sandow defeated Justin Gabriel. Sheamus beat Chris Jericho in the match of the night, and that went over 15 minutes. Sheamus hit a road kick after a lot of back and forth action, and there was no dark match at the SmackDown at the tapings. After the camera stopped rolling, Alberto Del Rio came back to the ring and started insulting the fans, and that brought back World Heavyweight Champion Sheamus to shut him up with a road kick and sent the fans home happy. And that ends my report for this week. Stay tuned Thursday night for your Impact results.